Hey, beautiful souls. Welcome back into the Mystical Wolf Soul Tribe. My Scorpio Sagittariuses. April is another month that is not normal. This is the month where everything we just tapped into, that reading we did mid-March to end of April, the major life shift, while that breaking point, that truth, it doesn't just stay internal anymore, right? It becomes action. So you're not the same person who walked into March and April. Well, yeah, April is where your life starts to reflect that change internally. Yes, right now, the day I'm recording this, it's the 1st of April. So between today and the 1st and the 2nd of April, we have the full moon in Libra. This is bringing up relationship truth. So it might have started a few days before or a few days after, all right? The heavy Aries energy is also pushing decisions, movement, identity shifts. So by the end of the month, there's going to be like sudden expectations. Sudden or unexpected changes, okay? Unexpected changes in love, money, and direction. So as I've been saying to the other cusps, it's like an engine overall. It's a month. It's an overall month. Okay. It's not small adjustments. It's like the energy of let me think about it. This is the energy of I see it clearly now, and I'm choosing differently. Yeah, we're gonna go deep. We're going to look at what is shifting across your life. Yeah, so we're going to be diving into a full cultic cross, looking at everything to see exactly how this unfolds for you. Scorpio Sagittarius Cusp this month comes in waves. Let's first look quickly at the astrology overall here, that right at the beginning of the month, we're being shown the truth about your connections. This is where imbalance becomes obvious, right? Over giving becomes clear, emotional truths arise to the surface. And after everything that you've just been through, you're not tolerating what you used to, all right? Some of you are really setting strong boundaries, pulling back your energy, or seeing clearly who can and cannot come with you into this next chapter. That is the mirror energy. And hey, it doesn't lie, right? Now, between the 9th and the 20th of April, Aries activation, this is the identity, the life direction shift, right? This is the core of your overall. With Mars enters Aries, Mercury enters Aries, the new moon in Aries, Saturn, Neptune, Chiron all activating. This is going to be intense. This is where you're going to feel the urge to act, to speak your truth, to make bold decisions. But here's the thing, with Mars and Neptune around the 13th of April and then Mercury and Neptune the 17th of April, not everything is going to be clear as it feels in that moment. So those days, during this time period, you may feel pulled perhaps in two directions, unsure if something is real or perhaps it's an illusion. There may be emotionally triggered. You may be emotionally triggered while also trying to take action. Okay, and then around the 19th, Mars conjunct Saturn. So this is the reality checkpoint. You either commit or you walk away. You either take responsibility or you release it. There's no like in between here. Now also on the 17th, we have the new moon in Aries. This is your true reset. This is your personal rebirth point. After everything, the endings, the realizations, the emotional clearing, this is where you say, this is who I am now. This is what I'm choosing. This is not that quiet new beginning. This is going to be bold and self-led reset, okay? And around from the 20th, when we move into Taurus season, when the sun moves into Taurus, Taurus is grounding, its stability, its real life changes. So after all that fire, things start to become real, where the decisions that you made, right? Now they're going to start shaping your physical life, like your finances, your home, your stability, long-term plans. This is where you're going to start building something that actually lasts. So from the 24th to the 27th with Venus and Uranus, plus Uranus enters Gemini, this is that sudden shift portal, okay? This is the wild card, the unexpected messages, opportunities, endings, breakthroughs. And this could be in love, money, and hey, direction. But understand this is not the chaos, this is liberation. So what leaves now is what is unstable. What comes in is aligned with your new frequency. So my Scorpio Sagittarius, thank you for hitting that like button. Those of you that do leave comments are appreciated. And those of you who have joined the Mystical Wolf Soul Tribe, I'm hearing that April is asking you to stop holding on to what you've outgrown, to trust the truth that you've already seen, and to also move forward even if it feels uncomfortable, because this is the month where your internal transformation becomes external reality. Yeah, let's open up that Cultic Cross reading. Beautiful souls, again, thank you for hitting that like button. The Cultic Cross this is the overall, what is this overall really about for you? What's being cleared out of your life? What's coming in to replace it? And how this next chapter fully unfolds. Take a deep breath if you feel called to just, ground yourself, Yeah, because this reading isn't just a reading. This is your turning point. Spirit, angels, ancestors, all of the highest light and good, please come through for our Scorpio Sagittarius Cusps. Can we get a hopping card out for their core energy? Wow. Let's have a look here. Queen. Why did I say Queen? High Priestess. And why is this camera so blurry? What is going on? Alright, camera sorted. I just had to clean the lens. So thank you for being patient with me while this camera is messing around. So in your core energy, we have the High Priestess reversed, we have the Four of Cups reversed, and we have the Queen of Pentacles reversed. Okay, my Scorpio Sagittarius, your core energy, I feel like this is the moment you can't ignore your intuition anymore, right? The High Priestess reversed, I'm getting that you already know the truth, but maybe you've been questioning it, doubting it, or trying to rationalize it, okay? Here with the Four of Cups, I do feel perhaps you perhaps waking up. Yeah, you coming out of emotional detachment, avoidance, or maybe it's settling energy. All right. Here we have the Queen of Pentacles. Didn't I say the Queen? All right. I did, right? Okay. The Queen of Pentacles reversed. Perhaps you've been holding on to something for stability. Here's the Four of Pentacles. Maybe something looked secure, but didn't actually nourish you. Yeah, I think this is basically like your soul weather as April begins, that you're realizing that you can't keep holding on to this version of your life just because it's comfortable. And with all the Aries energy that's activating this month, there's this awareness that turns into action. Here's the King of Cups. This is that Scorpio energy, all right? Calm in the storm. You're the calm one, all right? Let's have a look at your crossing position here. Seven of Pentacles. This is what's challenging you. This is what's activating you. This is the tension point, right? Time, investment, waiting. You're looking at everything that you've put energy into and asking, was this worth it? Do I keep investing, or do I perhaps walk away? Yeah, this is directly really tied to that Mars and Saturn that will be perhaps be happening around the 19th. Commit or cut it off. Also, that Mercury and Saturn, serious conversations might be coming up, decisions. Perhaps this has already happened. Like, at the end of March, we also had that Mars, Saturn, Mercury, Saturn, all that energy in Aries. Yeah, this isn't here to block you. And perhaps this is going to come up around the 19th, where conversations will be need to have again. Or you really need to now decide, okay, do I commit or cut off? It's just here to wake you up to where your energy maybe is being misplaced, or maybe under rewarded, I'm hearing misplaced or under rewarded. Okay, let's have a look at the root here. The root, Queen of Wands, the soul level driver underneath everything, Queen of Wands. This is about you reclaiming yourself, your confidence, your power, your desire, your identity. This is like your soul saying, I want more. I know I'm meant for more. And yeah, I think with all the Aries fire this month, the Queen of Wands coming through here, the energy is being activated hard. You're not meant to play small anymore. You're not meant to dim your fire, to keep something or someone to keep something comfortable. All right. All right, let's have a look at the past here. The Knight of Pentacles. This is that slow, steady, but stagnant energy. This is what's fading. So a situation, perhaps something took a long time. It required your patience. Maybe it didn't evolve. This could be a relationship that plateaued. Maybe it's a job that sort of stopped growing. Maybe it's a life pattern that became a routine. And like Spirit is being clear here that this energy is not coming. Yeah, this energy is not going to be coming with you into April. That stagnancy, whatever this is for you. Let's have a look at the conscious. The Six of Pentacles, this is what you are aware of. Balance. You're thinking about that equal give and take, perhaps fairness, that equal reciprocity, right? After everything that you've been through, that you're no longer okay with one-sided energy. Yeah, this is probably going to also tie to the full moon in Libra that we're having between the 1st and the 2nd. This is where you're going to see clearly who's giving back, who's just taking, who's just perhaps big talk, or maybe even where you've been maybe over extending yourself. And the near future, 6 of Cups. So we do have double sixes here. So we have double fours here on the table, and we do have double sixes, which could be really significant here for some of you. So this is what's opening up. And now this is interesting because this is something about, this is past energy, okay? The past returning, nostalgia, emotional connections that are resurfacing. Maybe regarding around the new moon in Aries, something or someone may come back around, or you may feel pulled towards something that is familiar. I feel like there's a deeper layer here. This is not necessary here for you to stay in the past. Perhaps this is just here for some sort of closure, clarity, or a conscious choice. And where are you here? 5 of Cups. All right, some sort of, maybe you're processing some sort of loss, disappointment, or grief. Let's clarify this. Here's that Aries energy coming through the Emperor. Yeah, I'm hearing that you're not staying there. You're not staying in the loss, all right? You stepping into your Emperor mode, that I feel this energy, the 5 of Cups, but I'm taking control over my life. This is where you now are stepping perhaps in your north node. Doesn't have to be perhaps you got strong placements in Aries. It doesn't have to be, it's just energy, right? The Emperor is Aries. Perhaps you've got, because this is also Aries and Mars card, right? Maybe this is where you're just stepping into the energy, and Aries season is just activating this with you, in you, where you set boundaries, make decisions, and just taking your power back. Yeah, this is that Aries energy that's coming through you. And the external energies, okay, Knight of Swords. Perhaps somebody around you has got strong air placements. Perhaps it's that Pluto in Aquarius energy. Things around you are moving fast. This is fast energy, right? Perhaps this is people that's rushing in. Perhaps this is people speaking truth. Maybe this is other people that is making sudden moves. So maybe this is going to feel really intense and even overwhelming. But remember, not everything moving fast is also meant to stay, all right? Some of this is just triggering clarity for some of you. All right, let's have a look at hopes and fears. We have the Page of Pentacles. Yes, you want a new beginning. You want something that is real, something that is stable, something that can actually grow. But maybe deep down you are a little afraid of, what if I start over and it doesn't work? Perhaps you also worried about, what if I invest again and get the same result? This is vulnerability, but it's also where your next chapter is going to begin, I'm hearing. Let's have a look at the outcome. Nice. Everything will accelerate for you, okay? There is going to be fast movement, alignment, momentum. Yeah, I think especially with end of April, when we have Venus, Uranus, and Uranus entering Gemini, there's going to be sudden messages, sudden opportunities, sudden shifts in direction, all that clarity, decisions, and release. Yeah, I think things are really going to start happening quickly for you. All right, so my Scorpio Sagittarius, thank you for hitting that like button once again. I think the 17th of April is really also going to be really significant for you. April is the month that you stop ignoring your intuition, holding on to comfort, investing in what isn't investing in you. You really are going to start choosing yourself, choosing truth, choosing alignment over familiarity, okay? Yes, something from the past may resurface, okay? Yes, there is emotion here, but it's not the same person anymore, all right? People change, and because of that, your choices are going to be different, your standards are different, your path is different, and once you choose a new path, everything just moves. But let's keep it open, beautiful souls, and dive into love messages. Love messages, spirit angels, ancestors. Is it a past person coming in? Or is it a new person coming in? Or what does love actually look like for you in this new chapter? Love messages for the singles, those that are in a relationship, separation, or those of you that are maybe just working on self-love. Spirit angels, ancestors, all the highest light and good for our Scorpio Sagittariuses regarding love messages for the month of April. Three of Swords. And that came out sideways. Here is the Star. Here's the Hierophant. And we also have the Sun. Aquarius energy, Taurus energy, Leo energy, Libra energy. I feel this healing energy coming through here for you, but something not fully closed. But also no longer where it used to hurt the most. This is sideways coming out. I do feel this is pain that is lifting. The heartbreak is processing, all right? That you're in between, still feeling it and finally releasing it. You're not where you were, but also not fully on the other side yet. And that's okay, because look underneath it, right? The Star, the Hierophant, and we have the Sun. Healing, okay. The star is healing, hope, emotional renewal. All right. Hierophant is higher commitment, alignment, spiritual lessons. And the sun is happiness, clarity, joy, truth, the happiest card of the deck. All right. This is where you're going. Now, for those of you that I feel that are single, you healing something that changed you, a past heartbreak, a disappointment, a situation that maybe questioned love itself. But here's the shift, that you're not closing your heart anymore. You're becoming more intentional about who you give to. You're moving towards real connections, something aligned but also not chaotic, and something that actually brings you peace and happiness. And I'm hearing this isn't casual energy anymore. This is, I want something real and I'm willing to wait for it. Now, if you are in a relationship, there may have been a bit of hurt, unspoken pain, emotional distance, or something that hasn't fully healed yet. Something might have happened that broke your heart or disappointed you, but this doesn't have to end, all right? But it does need honesty and healing. And there is a potential here for renewal, a deeper commitment, and rebuilding something that's stronger. But this is only going to happen if both of you are willing to face the truth and both of you are choosing healing over the avoidance. This is, we're either going to heal properly or we outgrow it. Now, for those of you that have landed up into some sort of separation, the pain hasn't fully cleared yet. There's still feelings here, I feel, but there's still hope. And with the Hierophant, I feel that this connection will only come back together if it evolves, all right? If it becomes something more stable, more aligned, and more real. Otherwise, the sun is saying your happiness exists beyond this connection as well, all right? So this isn't about waiting. This is about healing yourself first and letting alignment decide the rest, all right? Self-love, for those of you that's not interested in a relationship or not looking for a connection or love relationship or whatever the case may be, and you just working on your self-healing, this is what's happening here is your biggest transformation. This is you learning not to abandon yourself to keep love, not to ignore the red flags you feel chosen. There's a fly bugging around my face here. Perhaps somebody has been really disturbing your self-love and your peace. All right. Also, not to settle just to avoid being alone. The star is you healing. The Hierophant is you raising your standards. And the sun is you stepping into a version of yourself that is finally at peace. So my Scorpio, Sagittarius, Cusp April is not just changing your life, right? It's changing your heart. You're leaving behind the confusion, the heartbreak, the one-sided connections, and you're stepping into clarity, alignment, and love that actually feels like home. Yes, there is a transition here, and yes, there are emotions, but this is not where your story ends, all right? This is where it's going to get better. Hey, if this reading spoke to your soul, if it helped you in a soul way or shifted your heart, and it resonated for you, or it helped you in any sort of way, perhaps you can also claim this new chapter for yourself. You can put in the comments, I choose aligned love. I choose aligned love. I choose aligned love. And if you're part of the Wolf Soul Tribe, you already know. We don't chase love. We align with it. I'm sending you so much love and light. Perhaps you can put a wolf emoji in the comments as well, letting me know you made it to the end. And I'm seriously sending you all so much love and light, and I'll be definitely checking you around.